What's up, Joes, and welcome to another episode of After the Bell and the Full Heel Podcast, SwapCast. What's up to everybody live on YouTube? Yeah, suck it! Can't see my hands, but suck it. That's how we start the show. Everybody suck it.
Yep, everybody suck it.
Everybody suck it.
I was giving everyone the crotch chops. Take that.
You got to. Jeff Shanahan, Rafael Chaidez, and joining us this evening, Mr. Ryan, the Fight Killer Dempsey.
Hola.
That nickname's never gonna die, bro.
Hola. Wasn't that my line? Are you stealing my line?
Yeah, wait.
No, I thought you did hey yo.
I'm going wee now. How about that one?
Right.
All right, go for it. We just where I come from, it's just one. It's just we, but okay. I mean, if I'd be like hola.
Oh,
Hey man, sometimes you gotta double down on the fucking yes, okay? It's like Daniel
Sometimes
Bryan.
you gotta. Yep, there you go.
What's Daniel Bryan's chant in French? Oui.
Wee.
Yeah, for a while there, it was actually no.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't around for the no era. I wasn't even really around for the yes era.
Me and Jeff were actually arguing the other day about how American you were because how relative you are to the border. So you're kind of American.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of American influence just because of like a lot of the TV that I would have seen growing up. A lot of the stations were Detroit based and that kind of stuff, but I still think I have like a lot of just natural Canadian influence, but for just like society's input. But I think
it's fucked up how close you live to Michigan and yet you root for every fucking team not from Michigan. I don't know if you caught Thursday's episode, but I brought that.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I think it's fucked up. You like the
Red Wings, man.
Packers. What's up
Transition,
with that, bro?
You can't be fucking. You've been one of the best teams in hockey for 25 fucking years, and eventually you're gonna have some down years.
Yeah, I'm still a Wings fan.
Well, you root for the fucking Packers, so eat a dick.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Sorry, Ryan.
And
but I started cheering for them though when they lost the Super Bowl. So I cheer for them after losing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you cheer for them.
True fandom.
Cheering for a shit team in losses doesn't make it any better. Fuck those cheeseheads. Fuck
that. How's your show today, Jeff? You went to go check out your friends play, right?
Yeah, I went to go see some really good friends of mine playing in town from Grand Rapids, who I don't really get to see, but some guys that I was really tight with for a long time and during their former band years. So it was cool to see the two of the guys, they're brothers, play drum and bass together. They've been playing together since they were 15. So it was really cool to see them back on stage together again. Hadn't seen it in a while, so it's fun. Had a good time. Had a couple beers. Watched fights on my phone in the brewery. So I definitely need to sit back, sit down, watch these fights on my TV tomorrow or whatever before we do the podcast on Tuesday and really give my solid breakdown and reactions to things, because trying to watch it distracted. I know you watch it with no sound, but at least you're watching it on a screen that you're paying attention to, not having a conversation going on left to me. I was trying to watch the Gaethje Poirier fight. My friend's boyfriend wanted to talk to me about what was going on in the fight while I'm trying to fucking watch it. So,
yeah. At what point do you just say, "Just look"?
Well,
that's what's going on in the fight.
He was at least an informed person. Like, he follows MMA and stuff like that. Like, I found out he's friends with Cody Stamen, stuff like that. So we were kind of talking about that, but like I was trying to watch Poirier and Gaethje on an iPhone 7 Plus. So it is what it is. How the fucking podcast, the Fightcast, go with Frankie?
Oh, it was good. It was just me and Frankie. We did the last three.
It's your first one in a couple of weeks, right?
Dude, it's been at least a month. The last one we did might have been Evans, maybe one after that.
You didn't do the last 2 pay-per-views, did you?
No, it's been at least a month, dude. These guys have just, and there was like a week or 2 where there wasn't pay-per-views, but
yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, these guys. Actually, it kind of blew up yesterday. Like these guys came over and I told them off. I'm like, you know what? Because they're like, oh well, you don't invite me anymore. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, what the hell is that shit about? Like, I didn't want to be a dick about it, but you know.
But at the same time, fuck you.
Yeah, I love my dudes, but don't call me out for being a dick when I'm not being a dick, pretty much. Like, I of course I held resentment because, you know, I couldn't do my podcast and shit, but it's resentment that I would have eaten and eventually gotten rid of myself. But when I have resentment and then you call me out for not hitting you up, I'm going to explode on your ass. I'm going to tell you off.
Yep.
I'm going to be like,
I'm the
hey,
same
you know
way,
what?
Well,
Fuck you.
It's like you said the other night there when, you know, you gave them the place.
Yeah.
Just show up. Like, and then you were saying like how all that stuff just came up and it sucks, man.
Yeah, and it's in no means don't hit me up and don't be afraid to hit me up. It's just like, don't try to call me out for something I didn't do. Like, I'm trying to be a cool guy and I'm not a dick. I'm not a dick, so don't try to make me out to be a dick.
I don't think you're a dick, Raphael. Even when you yelled at me last week, I didn't think you were a dick.
Thanks, Jeff.
No problem, brother. I got nothing but love for you. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Love you too, bro.
It was really fun to hear a Mexican Ryan there get into it with Jeff for a change.
I mean, I'm used to fighting with people because this fucking cocksucker has been fighting with me since the minute he got on the show. At least your fights generally contain valid arguments, not he lost, he's a bum, he's a loser.
This one was a polarizing subject because you could go either way on it with Conor, and it sucks because I like the fighter, but what he's doing is stupid, and I get it, the money aspect, whatever.
No,
I was gonna say, it's Eric Bischoff always said, right? Controversy creates cash.
Yeah,
that's right. No, we had a spat one time on after the first Marlon Moraes show or fight, and not me and Ryan, but Ryan and I and the other former member of the show, whose stance on the entire thing was just, he's a bum, he's a loser, he's never going to do anything now because he lost his first fight.
Yeah. What was it? Name one UFC fighter who lost their first fight and was successful. And I think they with all in like 2 seconds, I just had to say Brock Lesnar.
And still fighting with him about it. So
yeah,
that was just a little throwback joke for Ryan, even though he's generally the combative one. I don't know. What do you guys want? You want to jump into it?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I just went to work and watched the fight, so might as well, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Did you get some pizza last night or anything?
What did I do last night? No, I got to sleep early because I needed to go to work. I don't know.
Yeah, you worked this morning. That's right.
Yeah, got to get that OT in.
I did not.
Yeah.
I played Far Cry. I'm fucking kicking ass through Far Cry.
Nice.
I'm almost. I'm like 3/4 of the way through my second region. One more region to go. And then I get to fight take down the father. So I'm doing big things, man. Doing big things.
Yeah,
fighting for Hope. Fighting for Hope County.
I want to get some food and hopefully get some video gaming, and I haven't been able to play video games. It's been a busy week with the WrestleMania and then fucking the Raw after WrestleMania, and then the SmackDown after WrestleMania. NXT was kind of a whatever because they kind of just used the matches that they didn't air on the network as their recap show with the recap show. So they're new matches that no one's seen, but unless you were there live.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a busy week. So I need some time to play some video games.
Yeah, I got the Raw after WrestleMania show queued up there for after this.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I'm hoping so anyway.
Ryan, you're enjoying some fucking quiet time.
I wouldn't say it's enjoying, man. Like I was saying to Raph before, like it's nice to not have a lot of chaos, but I love that chaos. You know, I want my little monkeys running around, and yeah, we we video chatted there earlier today, but it's not the same. I just want to get my snuggles in.
Did they take the dog too?
No, I'm actually expecting the dog to make an appearance at some point because he's in the bedroom, but he's been pacing back and forth, just like following me because he has high anxiety. So when I was at work all day yesterday and all day today, when I got home, he was just like he's just chasing me around the place. The second I go home from work, and everywhere I go, he follows me. So I'm right now he's asleep in the bedroom, but I'm expecting him to come out at some point. And
good. I haven't seen Kobe in a while.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a porker now. We may or may not have been overfeeding him over the winter months when he doesn't get his long walks. So,
well,
it's wintertime. When it gets into the summertime and we can walk him for 45 minutes, then he'll slim down again. But
yep, exactly. Someday when winter goes the fuck away.
Yeah, we're hoping for July.
Maybe next year. Hopefully, we're hoping next year it goes away.
Yeah, we're just skipping.
Yeah, this year winter came and didn't leave, so we're hoping maybe next year we'll get spring.
Maybe next year spring. Maybe next year we'll see ya. Yeah, it's this fucking part of the goddamn country is just out of its fucking mind, and I hate it. My cousin's leaving in the morning to go to California for work this week, and I hate him right now.
I hope it snows there.
Me too. I hope this shit clears up before I got to drive to Chicago, yo.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's raining over here. It's cold rain. I haven't been outside today since it's been raining.
It's been freezing here, so I can imagine at least going south in Michigan along the lakeshore, it's probably fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right on that. You're right.
Yeah, my windshield wipers weren't even fucking working because it was frozen. Dude, it was a fucky ass drive home tonight.
Yeah, I'm not excited to see like that. I was telling you guys earlier there, like we had ice rain for the better part of the day, and it's supposed to get even worse tomorrow. And they're already predicting like massive power outages and stuff like that. So, yay! I think all I have in my fridge right now is like a jar of pickles and some beer. So. It's going to be a party here tomorrow.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Is it at least the spicy pickles? The badass pickles or just regular pickles?
Hey, man, regular pickles are badass.
Yeah, but...
I go extra garlic.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bite, but not... a good bite, though.
I like Clausen's. They're really good. Nice garlicky fucking gherkins.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't go wrong with any dill pickle. But don't you dare hand me a bread and butter. I'll throw it at you.
Oh, I had a sandwich once, and someone put like the sweet yum pickle on that thing.
Sweet pickles and bread and butter can get the fuck out of here.
It's like I agree fully. These like sweet yums and Miracle Whip. Don't put that anywhere near me. Just like gone.
I hate Miracle Whip. That shit's gross too.
Hey, Ryan, I'd hate to exclude you, but Jeff, are we at war?
It sounds like it. Well,
yeah, right?
No, I'm included too, because Canada was informed before it happened, and Trudeau agreed to it.
Hey, you can't be cool like us, all right? We're the ones that go to war.
Oh, no, we're the younger brother. Or actually, no, we're the guy in the background that says, yeah, do it.
Well, I saw like a list of countries that supported us bombing Syria, and then like a list of countries that weren't real cool about it. And it was like Syria, Russia, China. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
All you're missing is North Korea.
Right. And they ain't that far. They're ready to fucking bomb us. They hate us anyway.
Oh, man. I'm glad I'm too old to be drafted and my brother's in the reserves. But, that still sucks.
I'm glad I'm too old to be drafted, too. Because I ain't trying to die for Trump's bullshit.
And isn't he getting impeached or something? Like something crazy's going on? Everyone around him is falling.
I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. I see some news headlines and I get little chunks of shit, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I watch too much MMA to keep up with it.
Exactly. Like, I got other shit that I'm paying more attention to. And yeah, should I focus my attention on it? Maybe. But all it's going to do is make me more mad. And I'm already an angry person. Yeah. I don't know if y'all know that about me, but I'm already a fucking angry person.
Oh, no, I saw your post today. You were pretty angry.
Well, that's not even that's not even like straight up anger. That's just fuck you, don't try to shit on my town and then try to profit off of the town that you're shitting on and the people that live in that town.
Ooh, tell them, get them.
I take a lot of pride in my fucking town and my city and like the strides that people in my age group and people that I know and friends of mine that have had heavy involvement in trying to revitalize and like bring this town back from the shit that it went through during the fucking Bush administration when Muskegon got hit hard, dude. We lost. I mean, I know it happened around the country and especially all across Michigan, but we lost a lot of industry and fucking jobs and shit up here. Like big factories that had employed a fuckload of people for a lot of years gone during the Bush administration. So it fucked our economy even harder. So, like, over the last, 8 to 10 years, it's since that shit happened, it's been a really hard rebuild. So when people just try to group everything in to it's just a Muskegon problem, that shit drives me nuts. And it was somebody trying to.
And I understand how it's so much more personable when it's such a small town.
Yeah,
because I hear it all the time. It's like, oh, Chicago, the fuck, everyone. What are you scared of living there? Well, you're from the South Side, isn't it dangerous? It's like, well, anywhere's dangerous, all right. It's a matter if you're gonna go into a fucking part of the city super loud, doing certain things, then yeah, you're gonna get fucking fucked with. You just have to know not to be a stupid idiot.
I mean, for a small town and shit, like for a while, or we had a pretty bad time where there were a lot of fucking murders and retaliations off of murder, like shit that goes on, big shit that goes on in like Chicago every day, but bigger impact because it's a smaller community.
Yeah, we just don't hear as much of it because there's so much going on here. And
that's just it.
We have to look for it where it's given to you guys as your news because you guys are a small town. And it sucks because that's what people focus on, negativity. They don't focus on the good shit. It's like, oh, that's negative, fuck them. It's like, what the hell? It's like, I had nothing to do with it.
I was going to say, even like with just like America in general, when they talk about the mass shootings and just gun deaths in general and how America is all crazy, and then living in Canada, how we don't have any of those kind of problems. And then I pick up the Toronto paper every single day, and it's like 3 shootings at a bar, 4 stabbings, and this and that. I'm like how can you say that Canada's this great place to live, and America's full of all this violence when the newspaper's first 8 pages is nothing but gun violence and stabbings and gang warfare? Like it's whatever the media wants to portray, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and now we live in an information age, right? So instead of, something happening, like a shooting happening, and you're not finding out for a day or two until the story makes the paper, now it's on social media immediately. If not reported from an actual news source, reported from fucking somebody on Facebook or somebody that you know what I mean? So it's just instant.
It's like that YouTube shooter, that girl.
Yeah.
She injured 2 or 3 people but killed herself. That's getting just blown up everywhere, at least North America. I don't know about worldwide, but at least North America. But I can guarantee that not a lot of people know about Bruce MacArthur over in Toronto, who's basically become the Canadian Jeffrey Dahmer. And
Jesus.
Yeah, and no one knows about it.
Right.
It's in the paper every single day. It's like, why is that not being talked? Why is you're skipping that story, but you're talking about, shooting sucks. People were affected. The 3 people that were shot, though, they did survive. This guy already has 7 murders against him, and they think he could have been doing it back to the 80s, burying bodies in northern Ontario, where it's just pure wildlife, and bodies will not be found. So they're saying they could be up to like 30 deaths that they're projecting, but it doesn't get talked about anywhere.
Right. It's like, just whatever they want to tell you.
Exactly.
Whatever's going to grab the headlines and get attention. And like today was capped off of coming off of a tragedy that happened in the town, in an area that I hang out with frequently, and then I find out later that the person involved is somebody that I knew, that I grew up with and went to school with. And yeah, we haven't been close over the years. See each other maybe here and there, but it still affects you in a way. So right. All that on top of somebody just like trying to shit on my town, I was just like, all right, man, fuck you. And it came because he messaged me first after I confronted him on somebody else's post about it. And I wasn't even really confrontational there. I was just like, don't try to lump it in as just a Muskegon problem. Shit happens everywhere. And the dude tried to like message me, but he was being a condescending asshole. So don't try to condescend to me, because I'm already an angry person.
And but then those are the kind of people that, for some reason, they do the same thing time and time again, and people just ignore it. It seems like you were saying, like, he has no problem shitting on Muskegon, but he'll run his business out of there and take the people's money, no problem.
Right.
So it's like how long until people eventually start realizing that, and then all of a sudden your business is going to either die to the point where you have to go elsewhere, or you just have to backtrack and say, okay, well, it is a good place. So what's the point? You're not going to make friends. You're just going to make enemies, or just cause rifts between you and other people.
Well, and I gave the guy opportunities to like just admit you fucked up, apologize, call it a day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just attack someone to attack them. Like, there's levels to this shit. I'm a calculating motherfucker.
That's
not only am I Irish, but I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, so. I was gonna say, having Tony Ferguson. I mean, Christ, like, I didn't even say a damn word in Tony Ferguson. Boom.
You attacked me last week.
Jeez.
Who attacked who?
You attacked me last week.
You attacked me because I played devil's advocate, and you didn't like it. You were mad because I played devil's advocate. Not even of my own opinion, just giving you an opposite way to look at shit, and you got mad at me about it. And that's okay, because I do it to him too. It's happened. I know that I'm irritating people when I do it, but it's a fucking forcive of hanging out with my drummer so goddamn much, because he is constantly the devil's advocate in everything. Every situation, Mike will present you with the devil's advocate. So to communicate with him, I have to start doing it. And it got projected onto you, and I'm sorry. It probably won't be the last time. I can tell you it won't be the last time.
No, Ryan said it was good for listening, so we'll just have to get through it, smoke a bowl.
It was, but that's it. Like if it's always
enjoyed it because it wasn't him.
No, I enjoyed it because it's like with me and you, like when it's just constantly agree. It's like, okay, like what's the point? Like you got to have like some little bit of animosity between it, right? It kind of like gives the show depth. It like makes it worth listening to. Like if me and you were constantly agreeing with each other, the show would have been like 10 minutes long and no one would listen to it. He said it was an hour and a half long and no one listened to it.
He knows how to push my buttons too, and he does that shit on purpose. He knows it. Look at him. Yeah. No, fucking Dempsey.
Oh, Dempsey. I was like me. I'm typing.
No, not you. Dempsey. Sorry, I'm pointing at.
Yeah, you're just like pointing at this.
I'm pointing at the direction that you show up on my screen. You are to my left. Raphael is right above my head in the configuration of the screen. Okay. So if you see me pointing in that direction, I'm pointing at Dempsey. If I point up, I'm pointing at you. I don't know how I'm showing up to everybody on YouTube. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but I'm high, and this is how it's working.
You can check out YouTube because I could put like dildos and like I don't know like crazy shit like in your face right now. You don't even know.
Don't put fucking dildos on me, bro. That's not cool.
Maybe you should monitor it to make sure I'm not doing it.
Man, what are you trying to do to me? Do you want me super distracted by getting into the fucking...
Yeah, he's watching YouTube, just like watching YouTube instead of talking.
Right.
Nothing. We have to watch the fights on the phone. As you're watching YouTube and getting even more distracted.
Right, watching myself and you on YouTube.
Oh, dude, it's super distracting. I had to get used to it because I'm on OBS and then on YouTube, and then they're delayed. So then if you're watching the wrong one, you're like, why are my lips moving weird? It's like, why the fuck am I talking all stupid?
Yeah.
See, I see what Raf's starting to do now. He's gonna get you to get distracted watching yourself on YouTube, so he can start dropping all the information on Conor McGregor, and you can't be a devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I'm figuring this out.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Chidas.
That's what I'm doing, bro. It's my master plan.
We're taking over. Oh, wait, that was a BWO. My bad.
Yeah, he's going to be the full Scott Hall. He's slowly getting into the average Joes. He's getting ready to take it over.
I see him rocking. I see him rocking the FHP
podcast shirt too.
Yo, you got an FHP? You got an FHP shirt for me in 2 weeks?
No, I haven't made one.
Ah!
I need to get that made. I don't know
how
long it takes.
I don't want to be the only dude not rocking an FHP shirt.
We'll be like, we don't know who that guy is. He's just
right.
He's there.
Who's the fucking random white boy?
Like, no, I'll at least have two made. I'll at least have, or at least one, just if I have to get an emergency one made.
Make sure it's big enough for my fat ass.
Yeah, it's because I've been buying too many figures, bro.
I told you I'll send you some money.
Nah,
I'll pay for the motherfucker.
I gotta make shirts anyway.
I'll pay for it.
No, I don't want to be a cheap bastard either.
It doesn't make you, bro. As somebody who has made a lot of money in merchandise in his musical career, it's not being a cheap ass. Because merchandise is expensive. I've dropped $1,000 on merchandise. I am just very fortunate that my merchandise guy is an extremely good friend of mine and would not make me pay all in once. So he let me pay a chunk, get the merch, sell a bunch of it, pay him more money. It's a good system we had.
Yeah.
But I brought him a shit ton of business. So, and we're buddies, so it works out.
Yeah, next time you get a round of those Biffy shirts, let me know. I'll hit you up for one.
What size you need?
XL.
I might have some. I'll check my stocks.
They don't use different sizes in Canada. Do you guys use the metric system?
Actually, I will say that I've learned that there are some differences because of kids' clothes. Because if it's made in the United States and it's for a 3-month-old, it will fit a 9-month-old in Canada.
Yeah, our babies are bigger.
You guys are fucking silly. No, crazy.
Our babies are bigger. Y'all ain't been getting the special vitamins and the macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets that our kids have been getting for the last 15, 20 years.
Your babies in America may be bigger, but your president's hands are still small.
Not my president, bro.
No, I heard he had another one of those. I guess there's a book coming out, and I guess some guy attacked the size of his hands again, and I guess he went on some Twitter rant and just went off about his hand size again.
Well,
as he's bombing Syria, he's defending the size of his hands. Like, priorities.
I can't help it that people in this country were stupid enough to vote that jackass in. But anyway,
onto the fights now.
Yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this card. I mean, we can go as deep as we want, really. We don't even have to go that deep if we don't want to, because we're still going to, Raphael and I got to break it down on Tuesday anyway.
Break it down.
Down. I gotta get a higher chair, better.
Get a tripod to point it down.
Well, I'm on my iPad, man. I'm working on the camera thing, bro. I'm broke. Broke.
I'm sorry, bro.
Well, I'm not broke. I got money, but I'm trying not to spend. I'm being thrifty. I got plans. As soon as I get a job and I can spend my tax money, we're getting all new shit here. All new shit here. Well, not all new. I'm not getting a new board yet. All right. Dustin Poirier knocked out Justin Gaethje in the 4th round. Jesus. Another fucking war.
Gaethje brings another war to the octagon and doesn't disappoint.
No.
Well, except he does get the loss, but, you know.
Right.
Well, I was going to say, like, I've mentioned this on the Average Joes before, but like, I wasn't aware of who Gaethje was before the Johnson fight. Jeff actually turned me on to him, so I went back to watch some of his fights, and I liked his style, and I thought he was going to be like really successful in UFC.
But not
I just didn't take into consideration like the difference in competition. Like the battles that he had in World Series were going to be so different. Like Johnson touched him a bit, and we saw Alvarez knock him out, and now Poirier knock. Like, I mean, it could be a short run for him if it continues this way.
Yeah. Well, his style is exactly the same as it was. It's just the level of competition has stepped up.
Yeah,
and he needs to alter it and implement some defense into there, because he's got a lot of good aspects in his game, but like his game could use some of it. Like he's really, really attack heavy, but he was giving Dustin the fight by standing in front of him and not moving back. He took away Dustin's mobility, and Dustin was having a problem moving, but then he would just stand in front of him and not use any movement to get away out of the pocket and at least get some points instead of just taking shots. And I know that's not his style, but if he wants to make it at this level, he's going to have to incorporate his crazy berserker come forward style with some kind of defense as well. Like he can't just be forward, because like I said, there was a lot of these times where he was just standing there, and Poirier was just unloading jabs. Might not have been powerful, but they were scoring points, and then it would lead to him landing more powerful shots.
I agree. I've been saying the same thing about him since he came in with the Johnson fight, and even a little bit before, is he has zero head movement. The problem is I don't know if Justin can fight any other way. I mean, it's not like I don't. Oh, Raphael's moved.
Yo,
Mine's still frozen. Yo,
this thing's freezing up a little bit.
Everybody froze.
There we go. I'm good. I got you. I don't think I got Ryan.
I think we lost Ryan.
Nope, there he is.
He's back.
I don't have rap anymore, but
I'm still here.
I got Raph.
yeah, we got the audio for him. That's all.
So I can see Raph, so eventually he'll come back. I got both of you. You guys just froze while I was in the middle of talking.
Yeah, it froze up a little bit.
There we go.
What I was saying was, I can guarantee it's not like Trevor Whitman hasn't tried to implement defensive strategy with him. I mean, Trevor is a very smart striking coach. He's a very good striking coach. I don't know if Justin can fight any other way. I think this is all he knows is just this give one to take one. And I don't think was ever going to be a champion, or, and I questioned how that style was going to work against the upper echelon in the UFC, and we've seen it. He can battle for so long, but he takes too much damage because he's got to take one or two, if not more, to give one or two.
It reminds me, I mean, just to kind of be silly. It reminds me of The Simpsons when Homer took up boxing, and World Series was when he was fighting all the hobos, and the UFC is when he was fighting Drederick Tatum, and they see like Mo's yelling at him like he's not going to get tired. He's not going to get tired. Like that's kind of what it's like. It's like he's willing to stand and bang with these guys, but these guys are not the kind of guys that he made his name on in the World Series of Fighting.
If he picked the spots, it would be so much better for him, because
it absolutely would.
Dustin was left immobilized. He was fucked up. His leg was done.
His legs was fucked. That's why I'm surprised it didn't get ended by leg kicks.
Yeah.
And Justin was closing. He was closing that. I can't remember if it was his left or his right eye.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, I'm watching it on a tiny ass fucking phone screen.
Oh right.
So
I can't remember.
I had Dustin Poirier winning the first two, and then I had Gaethje winning the third, but he had a point taken away, so I had it 9-9.
Okay, I didn't know if they took the point away for that eye poke. I must have missed when Herb called it, and I didn't have the sound obviously because there was a fucking band playing. So I knew that they stopped it towards the end of the third with that eye poke, and I thought maybe they were going to call the fight because I saw the.
That's what I was afraid. I was afraid of the the Alvarez Poirier. I thought that Poirier was looking at another no contest fight. But I mean, luckily for him, he was able to keep on going and get that win.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it was a good fight by Poirier.
I thought Gaethje was coming on strong though after the fact.
So did I, because he had an opportunity to catch his breath a little bit.
Yeah, and like after the second, he looked very fresh, and Poirier, they were working on his legs even after the first.
I didn't think going in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was questioning whether Poirier was going to get up the way he looked sitting on the stool going into the fourth. Mm-hmm. It was, just slumped way the fuck back into the cage.
Yeah.
Like they were icing the shit out of his legs. He looked spent. I thought Justin was going to finish him in the fourth.
Yeah.
Nope.
What eventually caught Gaethje?
I can't speak on it. I can't remember.
Fuck, I just saw it, man.
Yeah, I want to say it was. They were just having
an uppercut.
I want to say, yeah, they were exchanging early. I think it's because it ended like 30 seconds in the fourth, and so it was really early in the fourth. But I want to say it was like a right hook caught him, and just kind of like the second it hit him, you could just see like he was just wobbly, trying to get away, but he just kept on not being able to hold himself up, and then that's when Poirier went in for the kill.
Yeah, Poirier's got some pretty accurate striking, and he knows when to put it on, too, when he's got someone hurt. He's got that nice killer instinct.
Well, going back up to 155 was the best thing for him, because he was dying at 145. Like, the cut was getting too much for him. Like, since he's went back up to 155, he's been a brand new fighter.
Yeah, he's got some power behind his shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that snap. He's not having such hard weight cuts anymore. Like it's a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's able to show that power that he possesses. Yeah, like you were saying, Raphael, and I agree 100% that I want to see Gaethje change his style and fight more defensively and learn to not take shots. And I think if he does that, it's a completely different fight. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't just stand there and take the damage, because he was getting a lot. Like Dustin was just landing more shots, but I thought Gaethje's power was, to me, again, watching it on a small screen, trying to pay attention to both and talking to a guy at the same time, it looked like when Gaethje was hitting him with the shots, like the power was there more for him.
Oh yeah, no. Poirier outstruck him pretty much 2-1. He landed 183 to 99, and Poirier was kind of just pawing out the jab because he couldn't step into it. But the thing is, Gaethje was just there, and I know it wasn't really effective because even Gaethje after the third came out like, "Hey, come on," and like he looked very fresh and pretty good. But the thing is, he was still losing, in my opinion, because he had lost the first 2 rounds, and then the third round was a 9-9. So he was still down 2 rounds, and then coming in, he would have to, in my book, he would have to have won the last 2 in order to win the fight. Or no, a knockout to win the fight, 2 to tie.
Yeah.
Or get like a really
with the point
convincing
getting
like
taken
10-8
away,
round.
for sure.
Yeah. I wish he would do something about it, but
I wish he would too,
yeah.
And I hope maybe now, in his head, he's like after the Eddie, he's like, all right, that's just a fluke. But with being his first loss, never being knocked out before, that's an exception, not the rule.
Yeah. Now
that it's happened again, hopefully it will prompt some kind of change in Justin, because
didn't he say after that Alvarez fight, or maybe it was going into it, that he was excited to get knocked out, or he's excited to have been knocked out because that way he was going to learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
I think he said that in the build-up to this fight too.
It's like, well, you didn't learn from it. You're still
clearly you didn't learn from it, so
like you're still willing to eat punches. Like, yeah, you have the power to knock people out, but you can't let yourself get outstruck or eat bad shots just to land that one. Like, pick your spots. But like you said, if you want to be a stand and bang guy, defend yourself on the stand up and pick your shots properly.
Learn some fucking head movement.
Yeah,
like right there. Learn to move your fucking head. You're good. You take less shots.
Dude, because after watching this fight, Gaethje has everything needed to win this fight. It's just he's not like putting it in the right. Like he's just not like he's missing maybe that defensive thing to make everything fucking fall into place. And I know he's training it, but it seems like he just falls into this kind of mentality. Like, I'm just gonna go balls to the wall.
That's just who he is.
Yeah.
It's brawl and balls to the wall.
Yeah, you almost have to wonder, like, do they spend his camp working on these things, and then once the octagon door shuts, he just, like, always at the window, or is it just...
That's just who Justin is. He was like that as a wrestler. In college. Like, he was... I remember seeing him in the national tournament. Because, I mean, I didn't see it. I think he went to Colorado State or something. Some smaller school. So I didn't see any of his matches during the season. But... seeing him in the national tournament and stuff, and he just balls to the fucking wall.
Yeah, like why not use the wrestling at some of those situations?
I don't know.
Just like when Poirier starting to get in, land some shots, just quick takedown, just to reset the fight.
Because he could have. His takedown defense was great. But he didn't really try any takedowns.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me, because I think he's a better wrestler than Dustin Poirier.
Like, if you want to be a champion at some point in UFC, you can't just rely on stand up at all. Like, because eventually you're gonna find that guy like Habib who's gonna want to wrestle, and when he takes you down, he's just gonna tire you out. And then when you want to stand, you don't have the energy to keep standing.
Well, that fucking kick at the end of the third round, too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I thought made Poirier look like he was done for on the stool. Taking that kick to the fucking top of the head. And he was just, like I said, he was just slumped into the cage off the stool. I thought he was done for.
Mm-hmm.
He did a kick like that in World Series, didn't he?
He did he did it a few times, but his last fight, and when he was losing that fight, and he shut the guy's eye, and they had to stop the fight.
That's right.
But he was losing that fight, but he landed one of those at the end of the round. He goes for those at the end of the round, like he hears the fucking clapper, and he's just like, well, forward roll.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you do from here, right? Like, yeah, I mean, take your time, and hopefully in his next camp they start to actually focus on, like you said, head movement, defense, wrestling, anything.
Yeah. Well, Raphael, you get the fight that you want now.
Yeah, I get Alvarez.
You get the
versus
rematch.
Poirier.
Yeah,
no
I mean
contest.
that fight makes perfect sense at this point, like we said the other night, because the top is all fucked up right now, and Kevin Lee and Edson Barboza are about to take care of each other here in a couple of weeks. I mean, you can make the case if Barboza wins to do the Barboza-Alvarez fight, but I'm sure they're going to probably try to make... If I was Poirier, I'm calling for that. I didn't see the post-fight, so I don't know if he called him out.
They wanted that one after the first one ended there with the controversy. They said, like, let's do it again. So
but then they stuck him in the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
So, because they wanted to put Gaethje against him. I don't know what to do with what you do with Gaethje coming off this.
Chiesa. Boom.
Huh?
You haven't got a Chiesa.
I thought about Chiesa, but Chiesa and Pettis are gonna run it back. I think. I think so.
Yeah, Chiesa wants to try to run it back.
Yeah, Chiesa wants to try to run it back. So
you got guys like Iaquinta just made a big name for himself. You got Paul Felder. I mean, there are some guys that they can match him up against that could make an interesting fight.
Yeah, we'll see where he falls to coming off of this, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, I think it's time for Carlos to hang him.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah.
When they did the tail of the tape, and I saw he was only 33. I thought he was like, for some reason, I thought he was like 36, 37, but
he's been doing it forever.
He's been doing it for so long. In the last couple of fights, he's had so much time in between, like going back to the loss to Robbie Lawler, and then taking off almost a year before fighting Maya, and then taking off another like 500 days. They said, I think, tonight.
I don't know.
He's had like 2 fights in the last like 2 and a bit years, something like that. Like, it's insane how long he's like his last have been lately.
Well, it's like look at Robbie himself. I mean he's 36, but if you think about how long Robbie Lawler's been fighting, you think that he's like 50.
He's been like 20, 21. He started in the UFC originally. Like,
he was young as shit.
All the way back then, yeah.
Yeah, Robbie was young as shit when he debuted in 2002.
Yep, had a ton of hair.
Yeah, so that's 20 years old. Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. And the thing for Carlos is you look at some of his last big fights. You know, Nate Diaz, GSP, Johnny Hendricks, Lawler, Tyron Woodley. Damian, like, he's just been fighting the who's who of welterweights in UFC. Like, he's been. I mean, some of them, like the Maya fight, was a quick one, but he's been in some wars and he's taken some beatings in the last little while too. Like, and not being in a regular camp, like taking a lot of time off to rest to get back into it doesn't help. And like, just I don't know. It's. I don't see much left for him in the UFC. Like, maybe go to Bellator and try and make some like sponsorship money, but I don't. Yeah. I think that's about it. Like, I just don't think he wants to fight anymore. Really.
Yeah.
You can tell. Like, when you start, I said it the other night. When you start talking about retirement, like, you're already 1 foot out the fucking door.
He was looking good for the second half of the first round, the second half of the second round, but then he got caught with that up kick, and that was it. Then the choke.
And Carlos is one of these guys that I don't think would come back after retirement. Like, he's taken a long time. He's taken plenty of time off in between fights over the last few years to think about if he really wants to be a fighter still.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obvious he's not getting that spark recharge that he wants out of it.
No.
because he's looked almost worse and worse every fight.
I think he has taken some damage, but like at least the last couple of stoppages have at least been submissions and not been like a vicious knockout.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he's taken enough damage in his career.
Definitely, yeah. This is gonna say like even going back to the Tyron Woodley finish was at least a knee injury, like. But I mean, just like the stand up wars he's had or the ground and pound that he's received is damage enough. But I agree, like he can get into training, just like do some coaching stuff if he really wants to.
Yeah, like I don't even want to see him fight Matt Brown now.
No,
like I was kind of hoping he would get the win tonight and be like, you know what, let's run this Matt Brown fight back one more time and then hang it up. Like, but nope. It's just time, bro. Call it a day.
And I didn't see the post fight for that one. I don't know if they interviewed him or not, but
I have no idea
to see what he would have said because it seems like every time they interview him now, he keeps on like hinting that he's going to step away for an extended period of time.
Every time
it feels it's like, and like you said, when you have one foot out the door after the Lawler fight, then one foot out the door after the Maia fight, and like eventually that second foot's gonna walk out the door.
Yeah, right. Like when's it gonna be time for the door to close?
Yeah, ask BJ Penn.
He's still saying he wants to come back if there's a Hawaii card.
Ryan wants to watch him get beat up again because he's a freaking sadist.
BJ Penn, Carlos Condit. Oh, I'm in.
BJ Penn at 170 pounds, again? No. He was just fighting at 145.
Yeah. Well, he's getting older. He's got to put some weight on.
No. Why do I have to speak to you like a child? No.
Just say your no kind of reminds me of Ron Simmons' damn.
Damn. No. Yeah, Carlos, fucking just call it a day, bro.
It's been a slice, but yeah, like I don't want to see him in there anymore. Like I have too many good memories of him. I don't want to see like the memories turn to like the bad losses that could start mounting up.
Yeah. For sure. What I did, what I saw of the Israel Adesanya and Marvin Vettori fight, I thought Adesanya looked good until the third round.
I think
I could be wrong.
He was stifled by Vettori's forward pressure the whole time. I don't think he was able to kind of get comfortable with his striking. He was able to evade a lot, but that's again because Marvin was coming forward. I think more than this guy expected him to. And try to get him to the ground.
He outstruck him.
What happened?
I was just saying that Adesanya outstruck him.
Oh, yeah. But this
67 to 60 and 57 to 46.
Yeah, no, Adesanya was able to slip a lot of the punches and get out of the pocket really well. Land his strikes, but get out of there. But Vettori kept on coming forward and try to take this guy down. And not really let him get some badass combos off and really get significant strikes down. It was more like, shit, I need to get back. But still landing.
But, I mean, the thing, I was impressed with Adesanya's takedown defense in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, he did have
like that was something you and I talked about that on Thursday, and I had said, I wonder how his defense, I hope he has a good defense, and we'll see what he's got on the ground, because we knew Vettori was going to try to take him to the ground and try to submit him. That's what he wanted to do. And I thought Adesanya's first 2 rounds of defending takedowns, I mean, he stopped 4.
Yeah, in the first 2 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he looked good. Obviously, Vettori finally got a hold of him in the third, took him down and controlled him. But I don't know. Like I said, I got to rewatch this fight completely because I just got to the bar when this was starting.
Yeah, this was the one for. I would say it's an in and out fight for me. I saw a little bit here and there, but not enough to really have a a good opinion of it. I think for me, it was just like the pre-fight little package they put together was, they seemed to be really high on Adesanya.
Adesanya.
Well, I think
Yeah.
Adesanya was kind of even high on himself. He was disappointed even with his performance. He might have gotten the win, but like he definitely thought he was going to perform better.
Well, I mean, the one part of the package where he's after his first UFC win or his last one, or maybe it was his first, was his last one. I'm not sure, but he had said, I see all these fighters hitting me up on Instagram or creeping on me on Instagram, blah blah blah. But when I call you out, you act like you don't know who I am or whatever. And he just sounds like such a big shot in that little interview. But when the little bits that I saw in the fight, he didn't really catch me as being like the kind of guy that should be talking that much right off the bat. But
his hype comes from how dominant he was in kickboxing.
Oh, okay.
He was like was he multi-time world champion, Rafael?
I'm not exactly sure. I know he's a badass kickboxer from Glory.
Yeah, I know he's got his highlight reels from Glory are fucking stupid. So he came in with a lot of hype behind him.
Oh, okay.
And then in his first fight, did pretty good.
Yeah,
he looked really impressive in that fight.
He stopped him with knees against the cage.
Yeah.
I think they said that this was his first fight that went the distance in MMA.
Yeah, he's only had 2 fights in the UFC, I think.
Yeah, this is 6.
Yeah. I think they said he was like 13-0 with 13 stoppages or something.
Oh yeah, he debuted on the shitty Romero pay-per-view that actually turned out to be really good.
Which one? The
Romero Rockhold.
Oh, okay.
He was on the FS1 prelim fights of that against Rob Wilkinson. And he beat the fucking brakes off of him. But he got taken down a bunch in that fight too.
Yeah.
So that was where the questions came about his takedown defense. And at least he improved on that.
He's addressing that issue.
Now he's just got to address, being on the ground itself and dealing with someone with forward pressure. We'll see. But I'm good for him for evolving a little bit. And, continue to get better. Keep building the hype.
Yep.
See what happens. I didn't see Waterson and Gaethje, so I'll let you guys decide if you want to talk about it.
Tons of heart by Waterson to pull off the victory against Courtney Casey.
Yeah.
She was on the back pedal the whole time trying to avoid the bigger lady, but still landing a lot of kicks, still going for it, and kind of using Courtney Casey's own momentum to kind of establish her own takedowns and switch the position and score the points in order to win the fight. Like, Michelle Waterson has a lot of heart, dude. She was taking a lot of damage, but still was in there. She was put in a lot of tough positions, a lot of armbar positions.
I was going to say that the armbar at the end of the fight there was almost like reminiscent of like the John Jones and Vettori. It's like, is she going to tap? Like, what's going to happen? Then, props to her. She was able to hold off until the horn went, which ultimately got her the victory. But
I could see how Courtney Casey should have gotten the victory, but I'm not against.
I'm not mad at either way.
I'm not mad at Michelle Waterson getting the victory just because she was a smaller lady. She put on a hell of a fight, and it was close. It was close.
Yeah,
they gave Waterson 5 minutes and 41 seconds of control to 2 minutes and 6 seconds for Casey. Waterson was 77 of 103 strikes. Casey 64 of 126. 61 significant to 36. 3 takedowns for Waterson and 3 submission attempts for Casey.
Yeah, all the takedowns for. Yeah, I thought Courtney might have landed 1 or 2, but I definitely saw where Michelle Waterson reversed a lot of the position and scored the takedown herself, but it seems that it was all 3 of them.
Yeah, she's 3 of 4.
Yeah.
Casey was 0 of 1. 0.
And And Michelle Waterson kind of alluded to that fact, too, that she kind of needed to come with more of a wide variety of attacks instead of just coming with the striking. She needed to come in and use some wrestling to get points in order to get the victory, because she was getting pointed out in some of her fights. I think she got finished in her last one, but in some of them she was getting decisioned out. And I'm glad she won. Maybe they'll open up a 105 division. There's not enough girls, so I doubt it. But she's
not anytime soon.
Yeah, she's outsized though. Unfortunately, she's outsized for the division.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They're not gonna do that. They're barely doing anything for 125, and they've done nothing for 145. I guess now they're bringing.
They commented on that.
So finally, we're getting a legitimate 145 pounder.
Yeah,
they commented on that at the end of the fight when they had said that Waterson is a natural 105er fighting with one of the more dangerous fighters at 115.
Yeah,
but they even pointed it out. So I mean,
I gotta watch this fight. So
yeah, I would definitely go back and watch it. Tons of hard.
Oh, I plan on watching the entire card over.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say because I missed the first two early prelim fights too. I didn't get in there till Singh Bueller and Wozniak.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Waterson's the kind of girl that right now it kind of sucks to say it, but just to stay in Invicta where they have the atomweight division up and running, because I feel like she's just gonna have like an up and down 115 career. Like she might get a win here, win there, but then she's going to get a couple losses as well. It's not going to do much to benefit her long term.
Karate hottie.
The karate hottie.
Somebody hearing Bruce Buffer yell that too.
What are you playing with, Raphael?
Frieza.
Oh. Are you that bored in the conversation? Or are you just
no? I'm paying attention. I'm just high. I didn't realize you guys could see me too. I didn't zoom it in.
Yeah, bro. We can see you. YouTube can see you.
I can't beat off. No, I don't have the camera on me, so you just outed me, you bastard. How dare you?
Oh, YouTube can't see you?
Well, I can. I'm a producer over here, you know.
So you took yourself off of YouTube looking bored as fuck.
I haven't switched over to you guys right now, and it says Average Joe's. There's a picture of the card, and then I'll switch it back over to me. But now they know I'm playing with Frieza.
And looking bored as fuck. Sorry. I didn't mean to call you.
Raph's just got he's just got Wendy's on his brain right now.
I know. I'm trying to hustle through it so Raph can get to
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Bro, don't hustle. It's fine. But I got toys around me too, and I'm high.
I just didn't know if this was like when you're high and somebody hands you a sloth type situation, or you've never seen that video?
No.
Oh my god, there's a video of like high people reacting to like getting handed a sloth.
What the fuck?
This girl's like super stoned and like she's talking to this lady, and all of a sudden somebody comes up with a fucking sloth and like hands it over onto her, and the sloth just like climbs on her and like hugs her, and she's just like, oh my god. Dude, look it up. It's fucking hilarious.
Fucking sloth.
Oh man.
High people and sloths, bro. How deep do you guys want to go into the card?
I saw the whole card. It's up to you guys because we're gonna go.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that stuff. So it's up to what you want to cover on your show there on Tuesday.
I mean, obviously we're gonna break down the whole card on Tuesday. So,
Moraga and Reyes had a battle. We don't have to get too much
into it,
but they had a war.
Yeah, I only saw part of that fight, so I
transitioning on the floor. It was a good jiu-jitsu match between both of them.
Yeah, there was a few points where I thought that Hayes was going to take another submission loss there. There's a few positions, but in credit to him, he fought out of them.
I'm surprised that Hayes didn't go for the Von Flue choke when he slammed him off of the guillotine in the first round.
Yeah.
St. Preux choke.
The St. Preux choke. What about Brad Tavares? Jesus.
Yeah, I talked a lot of shit about him last time, that he was a boring guy, and he actually got the knockout. But to be fair, it was kind of boring up until then.
Yeah.
He was landing some kicks, but not a ton of output.
It was a not to talk shit about the guy, but
yeah,
talk shit about the guy's situation.
I did talk shit about him last week.
That's my favorite thing that Raph does. I love it. It cracks me up. When he just goes, not to talk shit or anything, but...
No, because if you say something negative, people are always like, why are you talking shit about him? It's like, I'm just critiquing what I saw. It's like, all right?
It's like Ricky Bobby says, as long as you say with all due respect,
yeah,
you can say with anything that you want.
It's in
the Geneva Convention.
It's in the Geneva Convention.
You think Tavares is going to get what he wants with Bisping there and
no. Well, yeah, I'm sure Bisping was jumping to fight Brad Tavares.
And I gotta give him credit when they said, who do you want to fight? And he goes, Bisping, July 7th, let's do it. I was like, well, I could think about a couple of the names I would have called out instead, knowing that Bisping's probably going to try and take that the England card to walk away. But, I mean...
Yeah, he ain't walking away in fucking Vegas.
No, not against Tavares.
And not against Tavares. He's walking away on his terms for some fucking cash.
Yeah.
Cash money.
Cash is king, baby.
A notable mention, Lauren Mueller.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's a badass little fighter.
Mm-hmm.
A little badass in the 125 division.
Yeah, yep. She was the first girl to get a contract off of the Contender.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
The Dana White Contender Series.
That's my favorite thing too. Second favorite. Dancing with the Stars. It's the DW. It throws them off.
Yeah, don't abbreviate that shit.
They don't. They call it Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series.
Oh no, it's because when I look at it on the fight records, it comes up abbreviated because they don't want to write it all out. So it was DW.
Get off Sherdog, bro.
Yeah, Sherdog does it.
Get off Sherdog. How many times do we gotta go through that?
Yeah, but check out Mueller if you guys get a chance. Badass little fighter, and she's hot.
She's hot. She looked good. She looked tough.
Yeah.
I remember with the omoplata.
Oh yeah, Adam Vaz.
Adam Wozniak.
What did against Adam
Wozniak? Wozniak? I don't know. I can't.
Against Arjun Singh Bowler. Bowler fucking drove through him the first round, and he looked like he was gonna wrestle him to victory, or he was gonna wrestle his way to victory.
Bam! Omoplata, the second in UFC history.
Yeah, Adam's like, you like shoulders? Yeah, I do too. Give me yours. Ba-ba.
I'm taking yours home with me.
Yeah.
I love the omoplata. Oma and the go-go, man. I want to see a go-go plata.
Yeah. Has there been one go-go plata in the UFC?
I don't know.
Nick? That was actually Pride.
Was that? Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
No, there's been go-go plata. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that Saunders, up until tonight, had the only omoplata.
Jamie Lynch was in attendance for Luke Sanders.
Was she there with Luke Sanders?
Yeah, boy.
Good for Luke.
I think Dolph Ziggler was there too.
Dude, Gilbert Burns, man. That fucking cannon. That right hand.
Yeah, against Moret.
Dan Moret, yeah.
Yeah. And Moret was looking kind of good in the first round. Looked like he was putting up a good fight. Then Burns is like, yeah, I'm putting an end to that noise. Ba-paf.
Good night, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, Burns, known for his submissions and shit, has turned it into a knockout artist.
Yeah.
That's 2 in a row for him.
I forgot who he called out, too. He called Oliveira, the
he
Canadian
called out,
gangster.
OAM.
Yeah.
OAM.
What do you think about that, Ryan? He's calling out your Canadian gangster.
Let's find out who the
he just wants to go to sleep. He wants to go to bed early. Eat some knees and some punches. Night. Bonsoir.
I don't know, man. Burns hits him with that. It could be night for OAM.
With the Superman punch, with the Roman Reigns punch?
Knock him out with that fucking, knock that mustache off his face when he grows it back.
Damn, them some fighting words right there.
What, dude? He's got a rape mustache.
Oh, yes, such a
OAM looks like a freaking, like a creeper kid toucher with that mustache.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some mustaches just don't work on certain faces, no matter how hard you try.
Coming from the guy with chops.
Coming from Paul Sr. over here.
Listen, there's a mess behind my madness.
You look like all those American Chopper memes that I see going around on the internet.
If you saw how much gray was on my face, you'd know why I have this. The damn kids have aged me like 30 years in the matter of like, what, 4.
Let it flow, bro. I got mad gray in my beard. It's a sign of fucking awesomeness. I'm becoming a wizard.
See, I want to look young until I have to look old.
Fuck that. Stop faking it. You're like a woman. What do you got to be all vain about? You ain't that pretty.
I'm gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I don't know, boys. I think maybe we should call it a podcast. I just realized it's like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
My cousin has to be up in like 4 hours, so I should probably stop laughing my ass off super loud.
Let's get him in the rear naked choke. We'll be right out. We'll be right asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been up now for 22 straight hours, so I should probably go to bed.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get some Wendy's.
I'm going to probably get some video games in.
Lucky bastard.
All right, boys.
I mean, you got a PlayStation 4. You could be video gaming.
Yeah, I know, but now that I realize how long I've been up for, I'm probably just going to pass the note within like 5 minutes.
He just doesn't want to play because it's a PlayStation 4.
Fuck you. Make a pot of coffee. Go buy UFC fucking 3. It's 35% off.
Without saying anything, just go there.
Yeah. Suck it, bitch.
Going off the rails.
It's gone. It's fucking gone. Ryan, thanks for joining us for another episode After the Bell.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, always. It's an open invite. Just say, hey, you're going to show up and make sure your Skype's online so that when I call you, it connects.
Well, yeah, I was online and it still didn't connect.
I don't know, man. I don't know why. It only happens with you because I can call Raphael as soon as I get you on the call and we have no problem. It's just when I call you.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn mess. It's a goddamn mess. Say goodbye to all the people that's on the YouTube.
Yeah, Ryan. Bye.
That's so dainty.
It is that French coming out of me, you know?
The gorgeous flying Ryan.
Ryan the Fight Killer. Man, you better hope Ryan don't DDT your fucking pay-per-view, bro.
The whole pay-per-view? Somehow Connor's going to come throw fucking dollies through both
the whole pay-per-view.
Through both of the buses.
What if he shows up in Chicago? What if he shows up in Chicago at Bellator, though?
Yeah, you're going to be there. I mean,
Mir and Fedor, they are getting kind of old.
Not even Mir and Fedor, but Dylan Dennis is making his fucking MMA debut. I'm not even excited about that. I'm just saying about Connor being in the building for that.
I have a feeling that Bellator is not going to let him anywhere near the building.
I said the same thing the other day to Raphael. Like, we started talking about it.
I could see.
And then as I said the words, I was like, yeah. Well, yeah, because he attacked fucking Goddard.
And Staff.
Wasn't it at Bellator when he jumped the cage and pushed Mark Goddard?
Yeah, and then he smacked like
I
personnel.
thought that was Bama.
No, that was in.
Was it Bama?
No.
I thought it was Bellator.
It was Bellator.
Oh, okay.
Because whose fight was it? It wasn't James Gallagher.
I forgot, but it was one of his boys.
It was one of his teammates, yeah. It wasn't Reese McKee, because Reese McKee is Cage Warriors.
He was mad because his boy won, but gave the guy some extra shots, and Connor didn't like the fact that the referee didn't stop the fight sooner.
Yeah, he said the guy was done, and he was pissed off at the referee for not stopping the fight.
Yeah, he's like, my boy won. Why are you letting him get more shots in or something like that? And then,
yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I guarantee they're not going to let him in the building.
Plus, now it's come out that he, I guess, him and his crew threw around some UFC officials too. So like, not just like more stories continue to come out about it. So it's.
No, they definitely punched the guy. Like, Connor punched a dude that was one of the guys that was trying to stop him from throwing shit. He definitely punched him, and some of his crew were attacking maybe an owner of the bus or a worker of the bus staffing or the staff there.
Okay.
Right. His guys were they hit some of them. So, that's assault.
It's assault, brother.
I see you.
Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap it up for another SwapCast episode of After the Bell. Once again, thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Yeah, we will be doing this again soon, I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, we got, next week I think is the last fight for a couple of weeks, so...
No, there's a fight next week, isn't there?
That's what I said. After next week,
okay.
There's that's the last fight for a couple of weeks.
Okay. Next week is Barbosa and
Lee. Yeah.
And it's a good fight card too.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone on YouTube from the Full Heel Podcast page and listeners. I don't know if you put up the audio with yours. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, thanks.
I think I did.
Thanks, everybody. Raphael, any final words before we go?
Subscribe on iTunes, on YouTube, and let's go Maple Leafs.
Hey, yo, we're down under 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, because it's the 15th now. It just changed 5 minutes ago.
That's right.
Oh, an hour and 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, for you guys. For you guys in the future.
All right. Yeah. For Raphael, Ryan Dempsey, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back Tuesday to fully break down this Fight Pass card.
I need to get one, bro.
You do, bro. You got less than 2 weeks. You better get a matraca before I come.
No shirts, but a matraca.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys for another episode of the Average Joe's MMA Show. All right, we're clear.